that one too. And of course, the big part about making bigger banks have a higher capitalization rate means that somehow it goes with Wall Street. But that's the rhetoric. But I looked at it and said that it just basically destroyed all state laws on how they control their local financial institutions. So it took away all the states' rights and state laws. But they did end up exempting small banks, and credit unions, and insurance industry got a carve out. Anyway, those are the major ones for the year. I get asked, where do I see some of these bills in the Senate? Since the Senate has yet to pass any of those bills, but except for health care, and we all know about that. David, thanks for the corn cob. I'll let you guys use your imagination, but it doesn't have anything to do with anything else. It has something to do with the Senate health care bill that may have greatly impacted Massachusetts election. But anyway, the Senate passed health care, the House passed health care, and there's some major differences between the two. I've heard our Republican leader, House Leader Boehner, I was talking to him late last week, and he said that what he's hearing is that there's an agreement now between Speaker Pelosi and Leader Reid that they've reached an agreement on a compromised health bill, and that they're going to release that probably next week when we get back to D.C. The interesting part about that is that health care compromise bill is going to evidently be rolled out prior to the summit where the president asks for Republican input into the health care process. We'll see if that happens or not. And so we'll see if they can even get a compromise bill through. I would say if I had to put my money down on a yes or a no, I'd put no. But we don't know what the bill looks like, the compromise bill. We don't know where the compromises are. So it's hard to make a prediction on something you don't know. But I think just the process has been so tainted that details may not even matter now. On the cap and trade, I don't think cap and trade will see the light of day in the Senate. I think cap and trade is done in the Senate. I think the Senate will do an energy bill. And I think it's one that we could probably all get behind because it's going to be focused on clean energy and conservation, reducing emissions, supporting wind and solar and biofuels. And that's probably going to be the extent. That probably, oh yes, it's going to have a nuclear component too.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to go further than the president's loan guarantees or not, but at least as I've been told by some of my Senate friends that there will be a nuclear component there. So I think that's probably one of those things that will end up being very non-controversial in the end, except that the controversy will be it won't have cap and trade. I think there will be some environmentally focused people that believe that cap and trade is the way to go. They're going to be upset with the fact that it won't. And that's where the controversy will lie. And then on the consumer consumer CFPA, consumer finance protection. The Senate, even its leadership, including the chairman of that committee, Dodd, has said that they don't support the concept of creating a new federal agency to be the one that goes out and micromanages all financial transactions. Oh, and by the way, the law that we passed, that the House passed, I won't say we since I voted against it, also says that not only do they get to set the terms of that financial transaction, but they get to look into business policies and salaries. And so now it gives the government, and it didn't just say management, that said salaries, so they could go in and regulate salaries all the way through management on down. And I'm going to be blunt with y'all. I'm as angry as you are at seeing these $100 million bonuses on Wall Street. But if you come to me and say the government needs to get involved and start setting those salaries, that's not the government's role. So I'm not going to go there. I'm going to stand up with you and say that's atrocious. And maybe I may even say that I don't have my money in a mutual fund with that business in it, but that's going to be my personal decision. I don't think it's the role of government to be setting people's salaries, even if they're abusive. And it's interesting, I wrote back, and I knew I got myself in trouble on this one, but I had a friend email me about getting involved in reversing and taking away these bonuses and setting their salaries, that type of thing. Because he was so mad at them. And I said, you know what? I'm frustrated too. I'm frustrated that Tom Cruise makes $100 million too. It doesn't make sense to me. And then this is where I kind of threw it out. I don't know who has the camera up here, but this is my line too. I say, I don't hear the left saying that we have to set Tom Cruise's salary. And so I guess we all have our entities we want to pick on. I'm angry at that, what I think is abuses, but I don't think it's the role of government to get into setting the salaries and the contracts. So why don't I open it up, because those are the major issues, those are the ones that people are dealing with, and over Jeremy, I think you're next. I'll go front to back.
One thing that I didn't bring up with you a few minutes ago is so-called clean energy. Clean energy is a waste of our good tax money because our environment is clean. If you go to some other places in the world, you'll find out what pollution is like. We don't have it to speak of. Now, that costs our tax money. It's a dead end. We could paper over the appropriate areas of the country with windmills and solar panels, and it still wouldn't do any good. And if the wind ever stops blowing and it's a hot summer day when there's no wind, what happens to our air conditioners? They don't have any power. Therefore, we have to build the nuclear or the coal-fired or the natural gas plants anyway. And that costs money. So are we going to have those just sitting around just to take care of when the wind stops? If those are viable economic ways to go, then let the economy do it. But don't use our You and I have had a discussion before about ethanol. And the same thing goes for ethanol, and I know that you have a lot of farmers voting for you or not voting for you.
All two of them.
But the point is, and I know one farmer whose family has been here for 150 years, almost, 140, and he thinks ethanol is, he agrees with me. And let's get off this. I know it sounds good. It might get you the environmental votes, but it's a waste of our tax money, and